So guys, I feel like at some point in life we've all experienced something that has felt humiliating, whether it was something when we were in school, someone did something to us or said something to us, or we may have said something to someone else and we feel humiliated afterwards, after it happens, whether someone laughed at us or whether we just feel really embarrassed and humiliated. It's something that we all go through at some point and that we all feel. And today I want to talk about humiliation. And one thing that I do, if you've seen my video on why I journal every day, is whenever I'm feeling stuff, a lot of times I'll use my journal as a form of therapy, just to write everything out and then destroy the paper afterwards. Or I'll use the journal also for gratitude and affirmations and manifesting. So there's a bit of both. So one time I was writing out, I feel humiliated. And then the word mortified came to me. So mortified is another word for humiliated, but the root word in mortified is mort, which is, or maybe in Latin it's mortis or something, but in French it's mort, which means death. And the message that I was receiving is that when you feel humiliated or mortified, it's an opportunity for an ego death. So there's a part of yourself that for whatever reason was trying to hide or keep something inside, and it was out there and you're humiliated by it. And then what the ego can do is, once it's out there, the ego can either die and you can choose to accept and love yourself regardless of whatever the situation was, or what can also happen is that your ego can get the upper hand and actually start creating blocks or barriers around you. So let's say if as a child you liked a girl and then you found out that she didn't like you and she said something mean about you. Well, now what you can do is you can either have that ego death where you're deciding, okay, like that girl doesn't like me, but I still love myself and I'm not going to change myself. I still love what I did and I put myself out there and someone else will accept that. Or what can happen is that your ego can actually get bigger and stronger and prevail in this situation where it creates blocks and barriers where you might be like, okay, well, I'm never going to say these nice things to a girl again, or I'm never going to put myself out there again, or I'm never going to take a chance on myself because I've seen what can happen and I become humiliated. And that's the ego winning. So what I was seeing in this as I was writing, I wrote, I feel humiliated. And then I got the word mortified. So I saw that root word mort. And then I also saw in humiliated, there's the root word of humility, humbleness. So whenever you allow yourself to have this ego death and to love yourself even in the midst of humiliation, you allow yourself to become more humble. So there's two things that can happen with humiliation. Either the ego wins and it creates blocks and barriers, which can often be in the form of shame or embarrassment, and this can be in your solar plexus chakra, or what can happen is this ego death where you come out of it. So if you are feeling that you've got blocks within you, they can even come in your back or even in the forms of anxiety. There's different ways that the solar plexus can kind of exert all of these symptoms of being imbalanced. Then that's where something like Reiki really helps. And this is how a lot of us have chosen to live, in this way of protecting ourselves. And it's something that we're also taught. We're taught that if something as a child hurts us or we're crying, we'll be told, don't cry, it's okay. And sometimes we aren't allowed to fully feel our feelings, or sometimes we'll even be humiliated just for crying in public. Like as a child, if you cry in front of others and they're like, haha, he's crying, or you just get humiliated just for showing emotion, then that's where a lot of people, a lot of men, but even women too, will create these blocks and these barriers around ourselves to just be these tough robots with these steel exteriors, but we never let anyone in when we do that. So it's really important to allow those walls to melt. And this is where I feel like I'm seeing them as like these frozen walls made of ice, that we just need to light that fire and allow ourselves to feel vulnerable and to feel emotion and to love and nurture ourselves regardless of whatever it was that we may feel shame or humiliation around. So if you guys want any assistance with, make sure to check the description for any links that I have. If you guys have any questions around this or anything else, also make sure to leave a comment and know that you are worthy of your self-acceptance and your forgiveness all around for anything and anyone that has ever caused any form of humiliation or shame or being mortified. So give this one a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. May you be happy, healthy, and free. Bye!